So this video is for business owners, whether you sell a product or service and you are looking to 10x or maybe even 5x. Let's start from there. 5x your sales and your revenue using paid ads. Now, I've seen business owners over the years, who have great products, great services, but they struggle to drive sales simply because they cannot get the right people to see their product. Now, let me give you a little background about myself. I've been running ads now for businesses and brands for the last 7.5 years. I've spent well over $7 million and generated over $25 million in revenue for brands and businesses. So you can best believe that I know a thing or two about ads and funnels and things of this, sort. And I'm going to share in this video how I use simple funnels to help business owners drive insane revenue and bottom line to their business without having to rely on some out of the world strategy that some people might have you believe works. So in this video, please pay attention because there's no flashy edits, there's no cuts and whatnot. It might seem boring, but if you want to improve your sales, if you want to grow your revenue, this video is an absolute must watch. So let's dive right into it. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is a simple funnel that I use to help business owners drive revenue. And as you can see on the screen, we have three main channels. We have YouTube or video channel, mainly YouTube, and we have social media channels like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Then we have secondary channels like email marketing. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to focus on the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and how we use that to drive revenue. And some of them have driven over millions of dollars in revenue, and I'm going to show you in this video. In fact, let's go into that right now. So what you're seeing are screenshots of results that I have generated for clients. As you can see in this case, we spent $51,790 and we generated $542,000, almost $543,000 at a return on investment of 10.48. In this case, we spent $63,000 and we generated $350,000 in revenue. That's over 5.5x return. And in this case, we spent $49,000, about $50,000, and we generated $451,000. That's insane. And in this case as well, we spent $51,700 and we generated $542,000. Of course, these are higher, on the higher end of things, but let's come down to the simple the simple numbers, if you will, and smaller campaigns that almost everyone can relate to. So in this case, we spent about $2,900 and we generated $6,000 in revenue. As you can see, that's still a healthy income, considering that this is a digital product, so there's no cost of goods. Of course, there was time invested, but I still think this is a good result. In this case, we spent $3,377 and we generated $7,071. So you can see this works across board. This is Facebook, this is TikTok. So regardless of what platform you choose, this is going to work for you. Now, let's talk about what that funnel looks like. And focus is going to be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because if you have a product or a service, this is going to be the major platforms that you will be driving traffic from. So let's get right into it. So as you can see right here, we're driving traffic from Facebook and TikTok, and the arrow that goes up shows different campaign types, which could be a CBO or ABO. That's campaign budget optimization or ad set budget optimization. If you haven't run ads before, that may seem like jargon, but maybe in this video, maybe in the next ones, I will explain it. But this is just basically how you set up your campaign and how you pay those platforms in order to get the best results from your campaign. So we focus on cold audiences, and those are audiences that have never heard about your product before. They've never interacted with you. They have no idea what you do. And the other one is look-alike audiences. Look-alike audiences, just what it sounds like, look-alike. They look like your existing audiences or your existing customers. Whether someone's bought something from you in the past, or they've seen your video on social media, they've interacted with you before. Look-alike audiences simply takes the data of all of these people that have interacted with you before and creates a sort of an audience that looks very similar to that kind of audience. So with cold audience, you're spending a lot of money upfront to acquire a customer, but with lookalike audiences, you've already done all the work for the algorithm and you're just telling it to go out and find people that are similar to that type of audience. And finally, we have your warm audience, meaning people that have bought something from you, that have interacted with your brand, and that could include your followers, your page engagers, people who have liked your post in the past. That's a warm audience, whether you believe it or not, because they know you. They've already built a trust in you. They've already built, some likeness for you, and they are more likely to purchase from you, and they're more likely to buy, spend more money, with you. So those are broadly the types of audiences that we want to target in our campaigns. And what happens when you start driving these audiences now? If you're doing a VSL funnel, meaning you have, a landing page with you, with a video of you talking about your product, what it is, who it helps, and how, it can help your potential customers, you want to have two versions of that, right? You want to have a VSL A and a VSL B, or a landing page A or a landing page B, or a sales funnel, or a sales page A, or a sales page B. So what that does is it allows you to test, two variations of the same offer. Lets you understand, okay, what about this page works differently from here, and how many people is this page able to sell to versus this page. So the difference between these two pages could be the headline, it could be the call to action, it could be the colors, it could be the way the page is laid out. That's the only difference, but the car offer itself is all the same. So when you test this offer, when you drive traffic to any of these offers, of course, one is going to emerge as the winner between these two landing page, or between these two sales pages. I call that the winner, which I label C. Now, you want to go even further to test out which of this variation of this landing page C is going to be the overall winner. And we're going to split that again into two different sales pages, two different landing pages, or two different VSLs. And that is going to, comprise, our VSL C1, C2, and C3, where we now ultimately have our VSLD. Now, this may sound like a jargon, but all we're doing here is we're testing our funnel to make sure it's optimized for paid ads. Now, paid ads is very different in the sense that you are driving traffic that I've never heard from you. It's way different from warm traffic, because warm traffic, people know you, they like you, they understand you, they know exactly what you do, and they're more likely to, bring out their credit card and say, you know what, take it, I'm not trying to show the numbers here. Take my credit card, let's do some business. But when someone do not know you, it's much harder to gain their trust. So that's why you need to test all of these things and make sure that you're fine-tuning your funnel and you're fine-tuning your offer. And that's the only way that you're going to win. And again, it doesn't matter what platform this is. It could be you're driving traffic from Instagram, from Facebook, from TikTok. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you're testing your offer and you're making sure that it's bulletproof, it is fail proof, and you're able to drive the most revenue from that from that funnel. So that's how we've been able to get results like this. I know it's insane, but it is what it is. Spending $51,000 to generate $542,000, spending $63,000 to generate $350,000. It's insane, but it works. So this is how we set up this funnel for the services. It could be a product or a service. It's all the same, and you want to make sure that you're following the process and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. So if you want to know exactly how we do this, I have a private mastermind where I'm just opening it up. I'll be honest with you, it's new, it's brand new, and we're just trying to get people who are ready to kill it with paid ads, give them everything I know, everything I've learned over the last 7 years. So if you want to get access to that, click on the first link in the description down below, and just fill out the form or reach out to me, or whatever. So I'll be in touch with you, and we can go over what the process looks like, and we can get you on board, making sure that you are getting the best results when it comes to paid ads. So again, check out the first link in the description, and I'll be more than happy to welcome you in. Again, my name is Daniel, and I will speak to you in the next video. So you take it now. Bye.